Let's break down the 6 new team-ups that you need to know about, and some are meta-defining, some are just plain fun. All of them have little things about them, mechanics and tricks that can give you an edge, whether you're using these team-ups or you need to know about them if you're facing them. And this isn't just a quick overview, I'm going to go in-depth so you truly understand how each team-up works, what you should be doing with them, how to be good with them. And just for fun, I'm ranking all 6 in a tier list. And this is based on how impactful I believe that they are in real matches. Yours is going to be different, that's a part of the fun. And some of these team-ups are going to get more spotlight time today. Others are going to be just quick and easy, but they're all worth knowing. We have 6 to cover, so let's start strong with one of the best, Hawkeye and Luna, the ice arrows. I have this one solidly in S tier. Luna as the anchor gets a 15% healing bonus, so that's great for the team. And I'm a Hawkeye enjoyer. With that said, there's no bias here. This thing is just straight up strong. Maybe too strong. Because Hawkeye in general is a menace. A good Hawkeye can ruin games, and for whatever reason, they gave him this team up. It's broken, very broken. It's on a 20-second cooldown. This arrow pierces through enemies, objects, walls, and distance-wise, pretty much it'll go through anything until it hits an enemy. It's going to go through multiple structures until it finds a target, which in general is beneficial. You know that someone's weak, you can just shoot this through the wall. Or like right here, I know a Hawkeye is weak. I hear him decide to pop his ult on the other side, so I send the ice arrow through the stairs, I get him on the other side and down him. It's kind of dumb. The ice arrow has a very wide hitbox, very forgiving. It's basically the same size and attack animation as the hypersonic arrow. The length, width, and height is 3 meters, so again, very forgiving. You can just shoot it in the general direction and it lands. Damage-wise, it starts at 30 damage and the damage increases with distance, reaching a maximum of 120 damage at 30 meters. So right on top of them, 30 damage, a little bit closer, 53 at about 20 meters is dealing about 90 or so damage. When it hits 30 and beyond, it's 120. It has 2 effects based on the distance. 30 meters and in, it deals damage relative to the distance that it traveled, and on impact, it slows the enemy. They get slowed by 60% for 1 second, which is still good. It's a slow arrow. A full draw is just under a second at 0.9, so right after you slow them, you can get a shot on them a little bit easier. But the next effect is 30 meters and beyond. Not only is it getting the 120 damage, it's also freezing the enemy in place for 1.5 seconds. A lot goes on here, and what's crazy about it, the triggering distance for Archer's focus is 40 meters, meaning you get more damage. Has that charge bar to 100. The body shot from 100 Archer's focus to the body is 160. It takes 0.9 seconds to get to that 100. So the combo together, the ice arrow is 120, full body shot is 160, 280 damage, and they can't do anything about it. This gives Hawkeye a ton of power. He can get angles, single out a strategist or two, have this wide forgiving ice arrow that deals 120. It tags enemies all along its way to the target. The ones 30 meters and in, it slows. Past that, it freezes them. Then you follow up with a body shot. But it's not only strategists, but anything 280 health points or less, he can do this combo too. Now, to do this correctly, right after you shoot the ice arrow, start holding the draw. Literally right after. Like right here, I'm already holding the draw. He's finishing up the ice arrow shot, and right when the animation for the ice arrow is over, he immediately starts the draw. That's what you want. Just wait for it to go to max power, you hear that click, and then you release. And sometimes it feels like you're not going to get there, and you shoot early. Don't do that. Because the time is there. It is always there. It takes 0.9 seconds to draw it. They're frozen for 1.5 seconds. It's easy downs. And another utility, a crazy one, is that since it freezes, it's also a CC, like right here. The wand is going for her ultimate. I shoot the ice arrow at her, and boom, frozen. The ult's over. So ultimates in wind-up, you can stun them. And with Scarlet Witch, think about that one. When she goes into her ultimate, there's a little exclamation point around her, and you can see that through walls. So you could shoot the arrow through the wall, be aiming at that point because that's where she's at, and still freeze her. It's crazy. You can shoot the arrow through a Strange shield. A Magneto shield does damage to them, slows them. The enemies behind, 30 meters and out, it freezes. So you can still tag them and get them out of the way. And something like a Magneto bubble, you can't damage it, but it still goes through it, and it can still find the supports behind him, and he can still do this combo and get downs. All Hawkeye has to do is land that ice arrow, and after that, it's pretty much over. And here's a great example of what Hawkeye can do. I was moving to mid, I was tracking ults, and I knew that Invisible Woman either had her ult or was very close. I'm pretty sure that she had it. The other support was Luna Snow that I knew didn't have her ult because she just used it not too long ago. So my target was Invisible Woman. When I get up there, I find her, and she couldn't even react. It's over. Ice Arrow frozen, the cleanup body shot after, and since she's down, I use my ult, knowing that there's no support ult from the enemy team coming. I immediately find the Luna next, and I wipe their team. You've seen tons of clips of me using this Ice Arrow. If you can get a clear angle on the target that you want down, it's all but guaranteed. It is so strong. And going back to the start of that clip with the Invisible Woman, what could she have done? She's sitting there healing, I'm at a distance. The moment that she was hit with that arrow and frozen, it was over. It's kind of ridiculous. And again, the Ice Arrow is extremely forgiving, wide hitbox. Just shoot it in their direction through walls. It can CC ults, can get easy picks, on and on and on. But remember, shoot that Ice Arrow, immediately hold the draw. That's the key to it. That way you start the draw right after the animation, get it to 100% and let it go. An extremely potent team up. It makes Hawkeye a pick machine and it wins games. Next up is probably my personal favorite team up in the game, Black Widow and Punisher the Microchip. If you know how to use it, it becomes a real problem for the enemy team. And believe it or not, I have this one in A tier. And I'm going to show you exactly why it's ranked that high and how to use it right. Punisher's the anchor in this setup. He gets 25 bonus health and a 5% damage buff. So this brings his total health to 300 and his crit damage with his rifle from 38 to 40. It's a nice little bonus. And I do have a full Punisher guide coming out in the near future. But the star of the show here is Black Widow. Once activated, the Microchip lasts for 10 seconds. After that, it goes on a 10-second cooldown. So it's a true 10 on, 10 off cycle. While it's active, Widow's rifle rounds change entirely. They pierce enemies and allies, meaning each shot can hit multiple targets if they're lined up. Each round deals 85 damage. Even though they can't crit, they fire automatically every 0.7 seconds. So there's a total of 14 shots during this activation if you just hold the trigger. And yes, it is fully automatic. Just hold down the button and she fires nonstop. But here's where things get really cool. When Microchip is active, the rifle no longer shoots precise hit scan bullets. It shoots beam rounds. So shots that would normally miss, like this one, when you turn on the Microchip, they suddenly connect. Because the rounds are wider. They're way more forgiving. They're like shooting cinder blocks. If enemies are grouped shoulder to shoulder, you can hit both of them. And that opens up the door to a ridiculous combination. So here's how you use it properly. The main way to use it has a combo. Like you want to do this combo every time. But first, whether you're in third person or aiming down sights, when you activate the ability, it triggers a short animation that she does. The rifle glows red from the center, a red Punisher mask goes on her face, which to be honest is kind of sick. And if you're aiming down sights and then activate it, you'll see the red glow around the crosshairs left and right when it's active. This is also the timer and it drains down slowly over 10 seconds. So when it's gone, you know that it's over. So here's the trick. When you're getting ready to engage, you're going to be aiming down sights, line up your shot, and you're going to fire a regular shot at your target. But when you do that, you're going to keep holding the fire button. Don't let it go. You're going to fire the one normal round, then immediately after, press the team up button to activate Microchip. And because you're holding the fire button, as soon as Microchip turns on, it starts firing those beams right away. And what it allows it to do, it means that the target gets hit with a standard rifle shot, then immediately gets tagged with a beam shot. Just boom, boom, back-to-back hits. It is extremely deadly. If your rifle shot hits the body, the first shot, that's 120 damage, followed by the beam of 85, that's 205. But these beam shots are fully automatic, more are coming out. That means a follow-up shot is going to be 290 damage. But if your original rifle shot is a headshot, that's 240 damage plus 85. Boom, boom. A total of 325 damage. That is a near instant down. And if your initial shot is a headshot, it is brutal. Here are some clips from both point of views, mine and then the enemies, of how strong this is. It just deletes them.
Looks like the mission area is yours to catch down.
You'll catch me at the pizza store asking for pineapples.
Double KO.
Are we sure he's down?
That's 3. Mission area is yours to catch down. Looks like the mission area is yours to catch down.
But again, even if you don't land the headshot, the combo is still incredibly strong and lethal. That first hit connects, then the follow-up beam shot is immediate, total damage is 205, the third round is already going to be on its way for that 290. So 3 shots total, 2 beam, 1 primary. It's fast, easy to land, incredibly lethal, and here's what that looks like. It's just quick work.
I see a red dot.
This is what makes this microchip team up dangerous, because you can pick a target, anyone that you want, usually a strategist, and just shred them. During the match, your pick rate skyrockets. And when I say pick rate, I'm talking about getting an enemy down, what your team needs to go down. You can do it now a little easier. And the best part, after you down that main target that you wanted down, you still have 12 or so shots at 85 damage apiece that goes through enemies. So you can still keep chipping the enemy, getting cleanup kills, and just applying pressure across the board. And unless you do this yourself and feel how this works, you can't really tell how easy it is. It makes it so easy to get these downs because the microchip, again, those rounds, they are larger. They're like cinder blocks. Once you find that main target, aim, shoot, immediately go into this beam, it's reliable. And in a flyer heavy meta, it's even better. Even ones that are trying to jiggle peek, it's so fast with what you're doing with Black Widow. And Black Widow's usage rate is low, but I promise you, Widowmans are all over this team up. It's better than the Hawkeye pairing, just straight up. It gives her damage burst and real fight control. It's a tool that allows her to consistently get picks, very consistently. So what you want to do, go to the practice range, learn the timing. Fire your first shot, you're holding the button, immediately activate the microchip. That gives you this back-to-back burst, and from there, you just finish the job. Once you master that combo, you're going to see exactly why I have this up in the A tier. Just like Hawkeye, it makes Black Widow a pick machine. Next is Nano Ray, Iron Man and Ultron. Iron Man is the anchor, he gets a 5% damage boost, which is great for him. Ultron gets the Nano Ray, and I have this one in B tier, in the mid-line. It's give and take for this ranking. It actually should be lower, but at the end I'll show you why I have it here. It allows Ultron to fire a beam that pierces through all characters, dealing damage to enemies while simultaneously restoring health to allies. It has a 30-second cooldown, and when activated it lasts for 8 seconds, and I talked about this in the Ultron guide. It's basically Jeff's primary attack, the Joyful Splash. Both deal 70 damage a second, but healing-wise, Jeff's base beam is 130 a second, the Nano Ray is 85 healing a second, so it is weaker. But Ultron has the drone. With the drones attached on an ally, your healing becomes a total of 130, just like Jeff's Joyful Splash, literally matching Jeff's primary. 70 damage, 130 healing. So his team up is basically a core ability of another hero, and I would have this just in general as like a D tier because it doesn't feel that impactful. But here's the thing, this gives Ultron another way to heal because his base kit just has the drone. His kit relies on heal, sustain, and overshields. But with the Nano Ray healing, if you can successfully weave the healing in, it's a very good thing because it gives him some burst healing that he didn't have before. That's why I have it midline. Objectively, not that good, but it's actually super useful on a hero like Ultron. His primary attack deals way more than the beam, so there's no reason to use it for damage, it's for healing. And remember, you must pair it with the drone for max effect. Guardians of the Deep is with Jeff and Venom. I have this as an A tier team up. Venom is the anchor, he gets 150 max health, which is really good on a Vanguard. For Jeff, it has a 20-second cooldown. Jeff grabs all the allies that are 10 meters and in from him. The symbiotes latch on and heal allies 70 health a second for 3 seconds. At the end of 3 seconds, a bubble pops on them. The bubble is a 70 chunk heal. So the total healing per ally is 280, and anything over their base health that is healed is converted to bonus health, a max of 50. This is an incredible heal tool. Because of Jeff's kit, if you bubble them, water beam them, and have this ability up, Jeff can heal at 264 healing a second. So it's a great emergency heal. But its main usage is for dive. It's great for dive. A lot of combos from dive heroes need to land without extra health. When you activate this team up, it's best to stick close to your other support because when you get dove or they get dove, you instantly give them the 70 health a second on top of any healing that you do. It stops combos. But also it's great for team pushes. If you need to go through a choke point, you're adding an extra layer of security on that push. I've been doing that a lot and I love it. It's a powerful heal. The only downside, only one, is that there are a couple things that mess it up. One is if they go outside of 10 meters. The tendrils just kind of break and they lose the buff. And the second thing about that is structures, walls. Anything that can pass through, like losing line of sight, will break it as well. That said, if you latch onto them, stay close, it's a lot of healing. But it's an extremely rare team up. You don't really see too many Venom Jeff team comps, but I'm a believer in this one. It's a very high impact heal. That's never a bad thing. Jeff NATO is instant S tier. Very straightforward, very good. The Jeff NATO swallows everyone up, then deals damage to them while they can't be healed. Both ultimates combine. Storm's ult extends by 4 seconds with Jeff added, so a total of 9 seconds. The swallow range is a 10-meter spherical spell field centered around Storm. The swallow damage is 80, it hits 2 hits a second. Both of them combined is basically a double damage Storm ult. It's super good. There's a 1.2 second window before they get swallowed, but the only time that happens is with Vanguards, because all of the heroes can't survive the damage to even get swallowed. And once the Vanguards are swallowed, they can't get healed. This is a win button. It can wipe teams. It wins team fights mid-game. It combats all other support ults. Mantis, you can just swallow her up. Same with Cloak and Dagger. With Luna, everyone that she's trying to protect in her ultimate can get swallowed up, while Luna won't get swallowed up because she can't be CC'd. But since they're swallowed, they can't be healed, so they end up getting downed. Now, Luna can be downed if other allies are hitting her too, and the only things that can really combat this is an Iron Man ult, a Magneto ult, an Ultron ult, and Peni mines like 6 or more. So if you're a Peni and know that they have this combo, Jeff NATO, set up a little web area, throw a ton of mines into it, and when they ult, tell your team to go to that area. It's like a trap, because it will down them. Otherwise, good luck. Storm's getting banned a lot because of this. As far as activation, it is best used if Storm goes first because there's a 60-meter range Jeff has to combine. And Jeff can activate this through walls. You press Z on controller left stick click in. This allows Jeff to get there safely and Storm to do the dirty work of finding the best spot. As soon as Storm goes out for ultimate, you can start spamming that prompt button, Z or left stick click in, and you'll immediately go there. Because if Jeff goes first, you can run into some issues. Storm can't warp to him like Jeff can. So instead, Jeff has to go out, he has to swallow someone, then Storm has to ult or be an ult already and run over him. So keep that in mind. Jeff has to have someone swallowed in the first place. So if Jeff misses, the whole thing's messed up. It's over. It's all the same result. It's just way safer and better, requires little communication. Let Storm go first. Finally, Peni and Rocket, Armorized Spider Nest and Web Server. I have this one in S tier. The most important part of Peni's kit is her nest, and this gives her another one. It's on a 20-second cooldown. This one generates armor packs every 3 seconds, as well as spider drones. And it being an armor nest makes it way more accessible to your team compared to a regular BRB from Rocket, because a regular BRB from Rocket is usually far away from your team to get the revive. Peni's using this nest offensively, so it's going to be a little bit closer and people can grab ammo packs. This nest has 250 health, her regular nest has 350, and these are shared nests. So it creates spider drones, your regular nest creates the spider drones, and they go across the web being shared. And the 2 nests together can spread about 40 meters. You add in the Rocket web server, which we'll talk about in a moment, it's almost 60 meters wide if you include some web gaps. For just Peni, a quick little rule to make them connect is you drop the main nest at your feet, be aligned with it, have her take 5 steps in game, and place the armor right in front of you down on the ground. And this is pretty much the max distance. And it's okay if there's a small gap there because the drones will carry across the gap. You also put a web in between them to make sure that they connect, but you don't need to. You can make one big area or have 2 separate areas. One could be your frontline area, and you can stick this one in the back next to your strategists. They get health packs, they can stay inside the field, that way if they get dove, the spider mines can help. That being said, do not shy away from just 2 nests being right next to each other because both are creating drones. The drones that are created are spawning and popping right on top of one another, meaning that when an enemy does come in the nest, there's just an onslaught of drones. So you can have this wide area or a more condensed area with nukes. This isn't even counting the mines that you place on the ground. You're just adding a ton of drones. You're gaining another nest. It's really good. Rocket, on the other hand, has more protection for his BRB, and what's cool about it, it spawns both the spider drones and mines. There's a trade-off. This version has a lower possibility of generating armor packs, but instead generates those extra arachno mines. That's fine because Peni's new nest has the armor packs. Every 3 seconds it spawns a drone, every 3 seconds it throws down a mine. So just out of the gate, that means if you want, you get to areas early, throw this down, let it drop down mines, 3 to 4. They deal 100 damage just like the Peni mines. Once the mines are on the ground, you pull it, bring it back to your back line, and this can get downs or just extra chip. And one of the best spots is near the Peni nest because they can all share the web. Or especially on defense, one of the better places is on a health pack. Because enemy Spider-Man, Black Panther, Iron Fist, whatever, when they try to get in your backline and they take heat, they go for these health packs when they're low. Well, now there's mines, there's a web, there's drones. So there's a ton of ways to use this new Rocket BRB, and the 2 main ways of just why it's so good. One, it defends it from backline melee heroes meleeing it down. They can't do that anymore. The second way is just pairing it with the nest. It can all flow together. It just makes the whole playstyle better. It's great. So when looking at this list, I view it like this. Does the team up change the game? Does it have high impact? The Hawkeye Ice Arrow? Yes, definitely. Peni and Rocket? Yes, definitely. Same with Jeff NATO. All of these are match-altering team-ups, creating a lot more. The Microchip, I'm a believer. It's incredible. And for Black Widow herself, it's S tier, but for the team, it's A if the Widow knows what they're doing and gets the picks. It's so much easier to get picks with it. The Jeff's heal, I have A because it's such a powerful heal, but Ultron, not as match altering, it's just another way to heal. And for him specifically, it's good. I would love to hear your thoughts though. Try some of the tricks that I went over with some of these team ups. And if you're new here, remember to hit the subscribe button. And if you are subscribed, I really appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Let's talk about these team ups down below. How do you rank them? How do you like them? Of course, add any tips that you have. Help each other out. Thank you for watching, and until the next one, I am CoolGuy.